You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World of Heavyweights live on Woodward.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Rax.
What up, though?
On a Victory Monday, we got young Chris in the TD booth, JB's moving the 1s and 2s. We're pumped.
We had a big weekend. Dude. Not only did the Lions get the dub, which makes every Monday better.
Yes, sir.
We had the Christmas party, the holiday party.
That was amazing.
For Woodward Sports, Lady Jane's and
Rose.
Had a
great time.
Great time. Had a lot of fun there. And then after the Lions game, we were blessed by Sir Chad Johnson.
Yes.
Giving us courtside tickets to Pistons Lakers.
100%.
Insane experience. We were chirping LeBron. We were chirping AD. We're going to get into that a lot later, but man, that was a lot of fun. We saw Jalen Rose. We saw Flavor Flav, Ali McNeil,
Tom Hopkins,
Jerry Jacobs, Tim Meadows, Mike Morris, Detroit Dust was there.
Yep.
Stars were out. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Dope. It was a surreal moment because, like, obviously, first and foremost, like, sitting courtside, might I say, was a bucket list item for me.
Yes.
Which is now checked off. And just like, but like, first of all, the opportunities were afforded here at Woodward Sports. Like, first and foremost, to have our own show.
Yes.
As like ourselves, especially, like, we don't have to be up here and be like, oh, well, you know, according to the statistics here and blah blah blah. Like, we can relax, be it ourselves, make DICK jokes and you know, dick around.
People want
100%. And then, like, so a shout out to like Stig for giving me opportunity, and Chad Johnson for blessing us the opportunity to have our own show, and you guys for tapping in. But yeah, you know,
that's what Jalen Rose said to us when he talked to us. He talked to us about our show. He's like, you know, we like you guys because you keep it real.
Yeah.
You talk like for the people. You hear what we want to be saying.
Yep.
And so it's just so cool to hear a Michigan legend say something like that to you. You know, Jalen's in the background hitting that blade. And man, that was just such a cool experience. We got LeBron's attention a couple times.
Yep.
We got Court Joseph's attention talking to Westbrook. It was wild, man, wild. Like feet on pine, courtside, like first row.
I'll send some pics to Chris.
It was wild, man.
It was wild. Free food. You met the random actor.
Yeah, Tim Meadows.
We haven't confirmed it yet.
No. 150% confirmed. He's in a bunch of Adam Sandler movies. He plays the principal in Mean Girls. He does a whole bunch of stuff. We were standing in line getting pizza because we had the, you know, shout out Chad again, shout out Chad Johnson, the Players Club tickets, the VIP stuff. So we went back and we got free food. I ate like 40 of these like chicken salad shooters. They're so I
swear there's no cap in that. No. Like my man had 2 of them.
Yeah.
And we were just talking like casually about some of the people we met the past like 5 minutes and how crazy this whole experience is. Comes back with like 30 of them.
Yeah, dude, I'm a big chicken salad guy, and it was good chicken salad. Had a little chipotle on the top, but I'm standing in line getting pizza, and there's a gentleman standing next to me, and he's trying to put Parmesan on his pizza, and the spoon keeps like hitting the glass. And he did it like 3 times, and he looked at me. He was like, "I swear I'm not drunk." And it was Tim Meadows, and it's just he's a noted Detroit Pistons fan.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if he's from Detroit or not, or from Michigan or not, but I looked it up and I see all these pictures of him wearing Pistons hats and stuff like that. So it was really cool to talk to these people. And like we said, we were in VIP in the Players Club, and we had people walking up to us that we didn't know, and we're like, "Watch the show, love what you guys are doing at Woodward." That's all. I was like, these are millionaires walking up to us and saying this. I took, you know, the lowest income poop in that Players Club that has ever seen. Like nobody's they've never seen these kind of cheeks hit that seat before. Never ever. It was an awesome experience though. Kool-Aid was there, obviously. Detroit Pistons beat writer for Woodward Sports. Detroit Kool-Aid. He got us in the backstage a little bit after in the hallway. We were talking. He filmed a little interview with us. We saw Bagley, Bogdanovich, Coach Casey, Hamidou Diallo all walking by. You know, just dapped them up, said, you know, good game and stuff like that. It was crazy experience, man. That was bucket list stuff for me because you all know I'm a huge NBA guy. I love the NBA and I love the Pistons. They're obviously my favorite team. So it was great experience.
Jaden Ivey, I should say, with a top 10 highlight of the night with that block. I don't even remember. I think it was on Doofenshmirtz, the guy who turned down the 90+ million.
Yeah, Dennis Schroeder.
Thank you.
And
I only think he's super German, but that block happened right in front of us. This is a surreal moment, man. What are you about to say?
Bo Blesky in the Woodward Sports chat says Tim Meadows is from Highland Park.
Okay.
So yeah, it makes sense.
He's from Michigan.
It was just a cool experience, surreal experience. Again, shout out to Chad Johnson. Can't thank him enough for, first of all, putting on that party.
Yeah.
The holiday party.
Yeah.
And giving us this platform and then gifting us those tickets.
And we ran the Santa suits like you guys said. You know, we had the conversation with the audience. It's
We had the Santa suits for the party.
And it was worth it. We won. We won.
We won. It was a big hit.
Definitely.
Santa suits were a big hit.
up.
The heavy Santas.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Do we got that video of Jalen Rose by chance?
We do.
Let's run
run-
it.
Dude,
run
this was cool.
Let's get it. Flavor Jalen.
When Spain drinks, the cheeks get all rosy.
Yeah, it was a good night. It was a good night. It was a good day. A lot of fun. Great weekend.
Yeah.
Top 10 weekend of my life, probably.
Lions dub, which I mean, like we kind of saw coming. You know.
Yeah,
I was
called
nervous
it.
to call it, but yeah, you guaranteed it.
I guaranteed it.
We're eating pizza at some point this week.
We're eating pizza. Yeah, that's true. I was
shouldn't
eating
have brought it
pizza. Shout out. Shouldn't have brought it up. I would have
Should not
forgot
have brought it up.
And my score prediction was 38-24.
Yeah.
It was 34-23, so it's pretty close. I might know a thing or two. No big deal.
Detroit, the Macho Man
Macho Man
was 2 points off as well. He said what? I think it was like 21 to 33 or something like that.
We all saw it coming. The Lions went out there and took care of business. Jared Goff, again, another terrific game. Back-to-back performances. Probably his best 2 games in the Detroit Lions uniform back-to-back when the Lions needed it the most.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell, biggest cojones in the NFL. This man, we're going to get in. That's the first thing we're doing out of break is Dan Campbell and what this guy has been doing. The shout-out. Evan Foxy, Pat McAfee, brand new Lions because they're going after it and they're playing. They're not playing scared. You saw it at the beginning. They got into a little foul trouble. They had 5 fouls in the first quarter, and that was something they avoided throughout the entire 5 penalties, I should say. I'm still thinking basketball. But
throughout the win streak?
They had 5 penalties in the first quarter. That's something they avoided through that 6-game stretch, now 6-game stretch. But they overcome it. They cleaned it up. And they went out there and took care of business. It was great. All facets played great.
Steve Lehman in the Woodward Sports Chat. I showed my kids the picture of Spence and Eazy in the Santa suits and told them they better be good. These 2 guys are going to show up. And that part's weird. But it's still your stuff. I'll say that part.
And should I tell them about what my dad said?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So we carpooled.
Like responsible adults because we were drinking.
We carpooled for the holiday party. And Chris and Eazy show up at my house. And I'm getting ready. Eazy had my Santa suit, so I went and changed, and they came in, and they were talking to my dad. And when I get back home after the Pistons game the next day, my dad was like, "Who's that other guy that was here with Eazy?" He's like, "Is that Seuss?" I was like, "Yeah, it's him."
Yeah, young Seuss.
Young Seuss. Dr. Seuss's son. But I explained to him, and he was like, "Oh, he seems like a nice kid." I was like, "Yeah, he's a good guy." But I just thought it was funny.
100%. Before we jump into a completely all-line show outside of the last 10 minutes, we're definitely going to flex the courtside situation a little bit more. But the Detroit Red Wings called up a goalie, you said?
Yes, they did. I want to get his name right. I just saw it. I should have written it down. The pronunciation.
You're good, man. Jamal Hill, Speakeasy vet. I get him on the show because obviously, man, it was a popping weekend in terms of like sports or us specifically as fans of these sports because I'm a big UFC fan. Obviously, I'm a big Detroit Lions fan, big Pistons fan, big LeBron fan. Witnessed all those things this weekend. But my guy Jamal Hill, UFC 282, they had the title shot for the light heavyweight championship of the world, and ultimately ended up ending in a draw between Jan Blachowicz and I'm gonna call him Magomed because I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm not gonna go out there and butcher that one. Ended in a draw. So Michigan's own, Grand Rapids' own Jamal Hill will now fight for the UFC light heavyweight title. I don't know when. I don't think there's a specific date, but I know that he's gonna be fighting. Who did they say he's fighting again? I'm trying to blank on that one.
Glover.
Yeah,
he's fighting Glover.
He's fighting
Brazil.
In Brazil, that's right. So, hey, another championship. I know everybody here in Michigan's been waiting for a championship, whether it's been the Michigan football team, the Detroit Pistons, the Detroit Lions. The one might be coming soon in the form of a UFC championship.
Yeah, and shout out to Mike G in the chat. They picked up Hellberg. They scooped him off waivers from the Kraken, called him up. So I don't know what's going on with Nedeljkovic situation. I don't know if they're going to put him down in Grand Rapids, if he's just going to be the emergency goaltender. Because if Mata's out, so they might have clear space with that. But the Red Wings did make a move and bring up a goaltender. So we'll see what's going on in there. And shout out Adiz 411 in the Woodward Sports Chat. MMA to Detroit. Dana, bring the UFC back to Detroit. Last time you were in Detroit, you had Francis Ngannou absolutely destroy. Why can't I think of his name? Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank right now.
What?
Francis Ngannou, who he killed. Why can't I think of his name?
Stipe?
No, in Detroit.
Oh,
Why am I drawing a blank right now?
man.
He just retired.
You're stressed trying to think of the name is adding stress to me trying to think of the name.
Yeah.
Swedish dude, Dutch kickboxer. It is what it is. He's gone now. Francis Ngannou finished him in Little Caesars Arena. I watched that man's soul leave his body.
Alistair Overeem.
There you go.
Yeah, come on. That was just total brain fart right there.
Once
But
upon a time,
Dana,
Wolverine.
bring it back to Detroit. Bring it back to Detroit, man. It's got to happen. But we're going to obviously be talking a lot of Detroit Lions for this show. And what impressed us the most in their victory over the Vikings. They went out there, took care of business. Told you it was going to happen. It was my lock of the week.
Definitely.
And it happened. They came through. The Lions, they played a great game, one of their best games of the year, against a great opponent, a 10-win opponent, a division rival. And went in there and took care of business. Even with Justin Jefferson setting the single game receiving record for the Vikings. You think of the players that they've had. Chris Carter, Randy Moss, even Adam Thielen was popping for a while, Steph Diggs.
Yeah.
And Justin Jefferson went out there and put up 200-something yards, 223, I think, receiving yards. Insanely impressive. Insanely impressive.
But defense just wouldn't
But our
fold.
defense still won because they put some clamps on some other people that we're going to get into. Because you know, Eazy, he's been the king of defend the Glen from the jump. So we got to have another defend the Glen conversation after that performance on Sunday. But first, if you guys are looking for defense, let me tell you about the only defense you need, and that is Guardian Alarm. Because Guardian Alarm will keep you safe and give you peace of mind whether you're at home or on the road with their 24/7 local monitoring. They make sure the things that are important to you stay safe. All you have to do is call 1-800.
Stay out!
That's 1-800.
Stay out!
Right now, and let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
All right, everybody. You know Ryan Armani's lost weight from Custom Health, but you can actually see
The visual
the
representation.
transformation, a visual representation of what it means to lose 20-plus pounds. That's right, just 20-plus pounds. They say the camera adds 20. Might be more than that. But this is what Ryan used to look like. This is what he looks like now. All thanks to Custom Health.
Good.
If you want help getting your body looking like that, all you got to do is hit up Custom Health. You can call them at 844-789-8446. That's 844-789-8446. Call them today and let Custom Health Centers help you.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy. That's my man Kong from Spin Here, a.k.a. Spin More Rax.
Yes, sir.
We got young Chris in the TD booth, JB Smooth and ones and twos. We're rocking along on a victory Monday. It's crazy. They've been coming in consistently now.
It's crazy. It is pretty crazy.
I had a conversation last night. Shout out to, again, Chad Johnson, hooking us up the courtside seats. They come with the Players Club, which comes with free food.
Yeah.
You know, the heavyweights are fans of free food.
Free food, I'm there.
It just so happened to bump into another heavyweight that likes free food.
Yes.
Aleem McNeil, starting defensive tackle for the Detroit Lions.
Dancing Bear.
We had a conversation too, and even he said it's kind of surprising for us too, man. Like, we're really not doing much different. This is growth.
It's just growth. It's the young guys showing out. It's confidence. Like I said, they're playing disciplined, smart football.
Yes.
And they've continued to do that. It got a little shaky in the first quarter against the Vikings, but they buckled down and they got through. And Dan Campbell showed those cojones.
Yes.
Those cojones in full view. And I believe we have Penny Sewell talking about those cojones.
Right.
Now let's hear that.
Whatever.
Wow, I was about to say something bad, but dude's got some nuts on him, bro. Like, that's simple as that. I couldn't find another word, but yeah, Dan Campbell's gonna be him, and nobody's gonna change that, and that's what I love about him. Appreciate.
Dude's got some nuts on him for sure. You look at these. Obviously, last year it was kind of just throwing shots in the dart. You know, closing your eyes, throwing darts at the board because he had nothing to work with. And he was feeling it out. He even said, I'm doing these things so I know what guys I have in what situations to use. That's what he said last year. And now he knows his personnel. He knows what he can get and when he can get it. And you see the things that he's doing, those cojones in full force. C.J. Moore with a 42-yard gain on a fake punt in their own territory to set the Lions up for a scoring drive. And on 3rd and 7, with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter in a one-possession game, what happens? He tells Ben Johnson,
pull out his balls.
Pull out them balls. Dial up a pass to your right tackle. And Penne showed those hands. All hands team made the catch, got the first down, and then slapped the ish out of the defender. He did, dude. He's like, get off me, son. It was a beautiful catch, beautiful play design. Penne reported as an eligible receiver, went in motion, faked the block off the edge, wide open, makes the catch, gets the first down. Play calls like that, decisions like that will either endear you to a fan base or have a fan base want you out of town. And we saw it at the beginning of the year. Everybody talking about it. Oh, he goes for it on 4th down way too much. Oh, he should be taking the points. He should be kicking field goals. We got a all-pro punter. Why isn't he using him as much? And now that it's working, now that he is not doing it every single time, but doing it in situations where you have the statistical advantage, where you catch a team off guard, it is impressive to see. It's impressive to see that he's sticking to his guns and he's being Dan Campbell.
That's what I want to get to, right? He's being Dan Campbell. He's pulling his balls out. And he's done it time and time over again. And he's never been apologetic for being himself. And now you're seeing this team. I feel like this team's taking on the identity of this badass, unapologetic, big ball having head coach and Dan Campbell.
Facts.
I mean, you look at this list too. Like, they're all gritty guys. This is a team made of cast-offs. You truly think about it. Like, going down the list, DJ Chark, former Jaguar, didn't get the bag from the team that drafted him, even though he made a Pro Bowl with them and ended up with an injury.
Written off because of the injury.
Written off, cast off. Jamal Williams, former Green Bay Packer. Written off.
Never got a shine.
Didn't get a reach. Yeah, was a backup. Here in Detroit. Island of Lost Toys. Josh Reynolds, cut by the Tennessee Titans mid-season.
Yes.
Picked up here. Having a hell of a season with Jared Goff and the boys, too. Cast off. John Kaminsky, waived by the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Picked up here. Another cast off. Deshaun Elliott. Guy was number 10 for the Pro Bowl voting right now. Didn't get a shine in New Baltimore. New Baltimore, it's a city here in Michigan. Yeah. Baltimore. Cut here now. Opportunity here in Detroit.
Making the most of it.
And yes, even your quarterback, Jared Goff, traded alongside 2 first-round picks for a guy the organization that drafted him and went to the Super Bowl with him thought was an upgrade over him. It is a team of gritty guys. They all had the door slammed in their face. They all feel like they weren't given enough opportunity. And the crazy part about this, Smitty, is it's all done by design. Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell chose these guys.
Yes.
As soon as we seen Levi Enrique drafted, he's a guy who sat there in the draft room in front of media is like, I just want to whoop some ass.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And like, just gritty dudes. Even the head coaches. I'm sorry, not the head coaches, but the assistants, the coordinators. Ben Johnson, first year OC, something to prove. Second year DC and Aaron Glenn, something to prove. You know the story of Deuce Staley, been well documented.
Yep.
He was with the Super Bowl winning organization, the Philadelphia Eagles. He left that to have an opportunity here in Detroit to bring up his own name. You have the same situation. It's all over the place, but again, it's by design. Think about the selling points here in Detroit. It's never in the free agency meetings with Brad Holmes and these new guys. It's never like, hey, you're come here, you're going to win some games. No. You're going to come here, you're going to bust your ass off, and you have an opportunity to either get paid by us or someone else. You have actually opportunity to see the floor, or I'm sorry, see the field. You know, we had courtside seats, so accidentally said floor. My bad.
We were seeing the floor.
No big, we said floor. No big deal. But you have the opportunity to get paid. You have the opportunity to get some PT to prove like who you are. And like that's just what you build here, man. We would have a bunch of gritty guys that want to grind through, and you're seeing it throughout the season. You start the season 1-6.
Yeah,
it's a tough mentality.
It is
to like thug through that, finish back, and now you're sub 500.
That's what it was, and this was never the question of Dan Campbell. When Dan Campbell was hired, you knew he was a leader of men. You knew he was someone who would galvanize the locker room, which is why they went from extreme A with Matt Patricia and his stupid pencil and his rocket science and all that dumb crap, thinking he's the smartest guy in the room at all time, and bringing in a guy like Dan Campbell, who is a get-down-to-business, obviously former player, so he knows locker rooms, he knows behaviors, he knows what it takes in the NFL. You bring him in, you know he is going to bring that locker room together. You know he is going to get those guys to buy in to what he is selling, because they're like, okay, he's been there, he's done it before, not only as a player, but as a coach, as an assistant head coach in New Orleans under Sean Payton. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good person to stand under. And you look at, again, like you said, this team started 1-6. How easy would it have been for these guys to be like, all right, we're done, it's over, we're just going to go through the motions? No. They stayed attached. They stayed into it. You have how many rookies and second-year players performing at a high level in all facets of the game, on defense, on offense, in special teams. These guys are making plays on a weekly basis now. It's not a fluke. Kirby Joseph getting 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions in his first 3 games is not a fluke, because you see him continuing to produce at that level. Amon-Ra St. Brown at the end of last year doing what he did is not a fluke, because now he is a top 10 receiver in the NFL, making plays on a weekly basis. Aidan Hutchinson, his game against the Washington Commanders was not a fluke, because now you see him every week in the opponent's backfield, causing havoc for other teams. Malcolm Rodriguez, 6th round draft pick. His start was not a fluke, because you see him come back in from injury and be that same dog who was on the field in the first couple of games. Dan Campbell has these guys bought in. He has them performing at a high level. And like I said a couple weeks ago, now they are playing disciplined, opportunistic football, which is how you win in the NFL. And it is an impressive thing to see when you have a head coach who, these guys, obviously, you know, everyone knows, the media in the first, you remember how hard the national media switched on Dan Campbell. When he was first hired, oh, this guy's a joke, looking at double shot, they'll bite kneecaps, who's this guy? And now you watch Hard Knocks, you get to know him a little bit, you feel like you know him because you're seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff. I'd run through a brick wall for this man. I'd do anything I could. I would love to be coached by this man. And now he has the team winning, which breeds confidence, which breeds more buy-in. And it's awesome to see. Shout out to Dan Campbell.
100%.
There were times this year even where I said I was on the edge of the plank.
Yeah.
I never jumped off, but I was on the edge of the plank. I was like, it doesn't look good. And then you win. Take a step back. Then they win again. Take another step back.
Watch out for that chair behind you.
Now I'm sitting in the captain's chair next to Dan Campbell driving the ship, because I'm almost willing to say I'm all in on this guy. I'm 100% all in on Ben Johnson. The guy is a freak of nature.
Yeah.
But Dan Campbell has... The doubts I had earlier in this season and at the end of last year are starting to get away with his positional or his situational awareness, his clock management. How awesome was that to see them In that game against the Vikings, their second to last drive, they didn't get any points, but they bled 6.5 minutes off the clock by running the ball and getting first downs and running the ball. And seeing them do that, they're learning how to win on the fly. It's amazing.
And again, you're getting what Dan Campbell sold you in his introductory press conference. You heard everyone was laughing and making jokes about the kneecap stuff. That's what we're seeing. This team was down 1-6 to start the season, and they clawed and scratched their way back. And like you said, Spinny, it's not a fluke. It's not a fluke because you look at these games. The Jacksonville Jaguars, the Detroit Lions whooped them up by 20-plus points. And then again, they had a 4-8 record afterward. You'd think they were a bad team, even though they beat the Ravens, the division-leading Ravens, the week prior than that. Got whooped up by us in Detroit. Bounced back against their division leaders in the Tennessee Titans and whooped them 36-22. Those blowouts don't happen. I said that last week. That's not a common theme.
Yes.
The division leading for the NFC North division leaders, the Minnesota Vikings, the team with the second best record in the NFL to date, heading to Ford Field. Yes, they were underdogs. Deservingly so. They got smacked up and clapped up. Walked out of here bruised and broken because this team is taking on the identity of that badass head coach, Dan Campbell. And they're biting kneecaps. And teams... They're seeing it. They're experiencing it.
The league is on notice. The league is on notice.
We're the team nobody wants to play.
It's not that anymore.
No, I'm saying
it's not that. It was for the.
No, we're the team they don't want to play.
Yeah,
that's what
exactly.
I'm saying.
Yeah, team. It's not the. This is the team you don't want to play. This is the underdog Lions. They're going to be scrappy. They're going to fight. No, they're going to come in and they're going to beat you. Whether you're a 10-2 team, whether we're going to the Meadowlands to play the Giants, who have been winning great all year and have a potential head coach of the year candidate. No, this is not a scrappy team anymore. This is a team that will go in there and they'll beat you at home, on the road, wherever. That's what they're proving to the league right now because they're winning. The one loss in 6 games was against the Buffalo Bills in a last-minute play. The league is on notice, and they're taking note.
110%. And who you guys should take note of is Big Boy.
It should, because Big Boy, they got the comfort foods back. And wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the classic meatloaf or Cajun chicken Alfredo. That sounds fire. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. They got the Lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, or the Blockbuster. So stop by your local Big Boy today and get some of that comfort food.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Goffs, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Spotless, sanitized rooms with trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals where they beat all competitors by $5. $5, y'all. You know what you can do with $5? Ask Siri, you can do a lot with $5. Don't forget to pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com, the hottest balls, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, your vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way.
What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Rax.
What up, though?
We got young Chris in the TV booth, a.k.a. Young Seuss. We got JB Smooth with the 1s and 2s. We're rocking along on a Victory Monday, the 6th one of the season. And if you guys bet the over, the Detroit Lions win total during the offseason, it was 6.5.
Yeah.
We're 1 away from making our money back, and it wasn't looking good, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't looking good. But we back! We're back. We're bought in. I'm bought in. I think you're bought in, too.
I'm bought in, too.
I am bought in. Now, we are known as the Jared Goff haters, if you will.
Yeah.
I prefer the true term truther. I feel like a lot of the situations we were speaking are factual. You know what I'm saying? I never felt like we were speaking faith. We were always speaking the fact of the matter. And that being the case, the fact of the matter, Spinny, Jared Thomas Goff had a damn good game yesterday.
Is that actually his middle name, or do you just...
I see it all the time in the chat. I'm assuming so.
Okay.
The person the gobbler who refers to him as that is he knows him well. I should say. I wouldn't be surprised if he could describe his gobbler piece. But we're moving on. Jared Thomas Goff had an excellent game yesterday.
He's correct.
I'm sorry, 330 yards on the dot.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 touchdowns.
Yes.
No interceptions. And you actually got some numbers to back that up even more, because it was just yesterday, as of late.
It wasn't just yesterday. As of late, like we said, you can't say anything about him bad. The guy's been playing out of his mind.
We've always spoke the truth.
Yes, we have.
Just as we are now.
Just as we are now. Before the season, I believe I said Jared Goff will go for 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. It's looking like he's going to beat that. But
speaking truth,
you look at in his last 6 games where the Lions are 5-1, he's at a 67% completion percentage, 1,448 yards, 10 touchdowns to 1 interception, 104 QBR, and has only been sacked 6 times. He hasn't got sacked in 3 of those games. So he's been playing lights-out football. He has been playing lights-out football. There's nothing else that can be said. For me, what I said still holds. I'm still on it. Jared Goff, obviously, he's going to be the quarterback next year, for sure. No doubt. He might be the quarterback the year after that and play out his contract, for sure. No doubt. But the re-signing thing is where it gets me. I'm not looking to because
people saying they're saying that again.
Yeah, he's not like people on Twitter and stuff. He's the quarterback of the future is the big thing.
Yeah,
and that's if he'll take $20 million somewhere around there a year. Yeah, that's fine. Re-sign him, do it. But I'm not. Quarterbacks don't do that unless you're Tom Brady. We saw what happened to Matthew Stafford when he was made the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. But it's just for, 2 seasons or next season, then somebody else gets paid higher. I'm not in the business of paying somebody $50 million a year, unless you're Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Because at the end of Jared Goff's current contract, you know what's going to be coming up? A payday for Penny Sewell. A payday for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Soon to be payday for Aidan Hutchinson. You're going to need a running back. Kirby Joseph's going to need to be signed. Malcolm Rodriguez is going to need to be signed. There's going to be a lot of money that is still on the table, and putting that all into a quarterback is not something that I would like to do. I don't want to be in a situation like the Green Bay Packers, where you pay your quarterback $50 million and you have to set aside Devontae Adams. You can't re-sign Devontae Adams, so you're out there with no talent. And you see what's happening to the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a situation like that where you lose talent. A situation on the opposite side of it, like the 49ers, which obviously didn't work out. Trey Lance got hurt. But they got their guy, their young guy.
They still have time for it to work out.
They still have time for it to work out with their young guy. And because of that flexibility of having a quarterback on a rookie contract, you can make a trade mid-season for a guy like Christian McCaffrey because you have the cap space available. You can re-sign a Deebo Samuel, a George Kittle, a Fred Warner, a Nick Bosa, and you don't have to worry about $50 million going to a quarterback. So I don't know what Jared Goff would be looking like if you were trying to re-sign him, but if it's anything more than what he's getting paid right now, I would not do it. But that being said, the man is playing lights out, period. He's having it. This is one of the best stretches of his career. I'd have to look back to his game splits from that Super Bowl run season.
It's easily his third or second for sure.
But by far, these are the best 2 games he's had in a Lions uniform by far, hands down.
But guess what? We said that.
Yes.
I told you that at the beginning of the year. I see these nerds in the chat asking for apologies. Chris, can you throw out my record prediction for the Detroit Lions that I've said in the offseason before the season even started? If you guys are OGs and you've been tuning into the show since we had our own channel, now we're on the network.
Look at this.
We've been telling you this offense was going to be explosive. 9-8. Do you think we get the 9-8 wins if I think Jared Goff is absolute garbage juice?
No.
Do you think we get the 9-8 if I think Jared Goff is incapable of doing anything? No. He is capable of doing these things. Mm-hmm. That's always been the case. People say they speak the truth. I speak the truth. We speak the truth. There's nothing wrong with having a quarterback that can win and then moving forth and upgrading it. And I hate that we're even having this conversation because we are coming off of a win, right? But, it's one game. I expected this of him. If you guys watched again in the offseason, we said this is possibly going to be the best offense. I argued you and Owen specifically.
Yeah.
I said this is going to be the most complete offense he's ever been a part of. And you guys, that's ridiculous. He's had Todd Gurley, and I'm talking about from the offensive line, the least amount of sacks in the league. And by the way, if you consider yourself a professional quarterback at the highest level and you have that offensive line in front of you, I damn well better see some dog-ass numbers coming out of that pocket.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You have all damn day back there. He hasn't been sacked in the last 2 games, if I'm not mistaken. But, again, Alex Smith has been to, I believe, an NFC Championship. Got replaced once with Colin Kaepernick, and then they went on to the Super Bowl. Alex Smith, again, with Patrick Mahomes.
Won 11 games. 11-game win, or 11-win seasons with the Chiefs.
Yes, it's okay for this to be the scenario. It's okay for this to be the conversation. This you want truth? This is truth. This is the reality of the NFL. Alex Smith once with Colin Kaepernick. Alex Smith again with Patrick Mahomes. The greatest quarterback of all time was birthed from a situation like that because the Patriots went to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, not the Super Bowl. I apologize. Been to the playoffs multiple times with Drew Bledsoe. Drew Bledsoe went out, and then he was replaced by a younger gentleman who performed just as well, if not better.
His name was Thomas Brady.
Tom Brady, yeah, that's right. Jimmy G gone to the Super Bowl. He was in the NFC Championship last year, and then the San Francisco 49ers drafted
They traded a lot of assets.
They traded up to get a guy.
Get a quarterback.
That's crazy. You want truth. That's the reality of the situation. If you're a general manager for an NFL team, you're looking to upgrade at any and every single position you can. This is how it is.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm saying that he's playing terrible. That's not me saying we can't. The Detroit Lions can't win games with him. That's not me saying the Detroit Lions can't go to the playoffs with him. Those are conversations we've had on air. We told you he's going to be part of the explosive offense. We told you he's going to be part of the top 10 offense in the NFL.
Yes.
And we're seeing that spoken to truth because we speak the truth. I'm a straight shooter. I'm going to tell you how it is every single time. Just as we sat up here last week before the game even started and told you Jared Goff is having a hell of a stretch.
Yes.
And the stretch is carried on into last week being his best game in the Detroit Lions uniform.
Go look back. You can see it. We've said it multiple times. I said it multiple times. You can win games with Jared Goff. You can win playoff games with Jared Goff, but I don't think he can get you over that hump. And that was proven by what happened. This is not a play. I'm not in the business of settling for playoffs and playoff wins, and I'm looking for championships. That's what I want out of the Detroit Lions, is championships. And the way you win championships is with a quarterback on a rookie deal, with a quarterback who's not making $50 million a year. So, unless it's Patrick Mahomes, because they might win the championship this year. But this is something that, Jared Goff is playing great football, flat out, period. The man is having a great year. The man has had a fantastic stretch of games in these past 6 games. But still, that is how football works, period.
His former team literally went to a Super Bowl with him.
Yeah.
There's upgrades are available. Because guess once they upgraded that position, they won the damn Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like it's
nothing against Goff. It is what it is. It's just the business of football. You can't afford to be paying a quarterback, which, like I said, once this contract is up, he's not going to ask for less money. So you can't be affording to pay a quarterback that much. Once the Lions are building this team around him, all those great pieces that the Lions have around Jared Goff right now, all those guys are going to have to get paid soon too. So putting $40+ million into the quarterback is just not the best sense.
You run back the tape. It's been the same conversation all year. Top 10 offense, top 10 offensive line, top 5 offensive line, honestly top 3 offensive line.
Yeah.
You have great offensive weapons. They may not be big names, but they are reliable offensive weapons. We've seen when they're healthy. Obviously, your guy is balling with them. You can't give me the other thing too, right? And again, I hate this even being a conversation because Jared Goff balled out yesterday.
He did.
His best performance in Honolulu Blue, hands down, without a question. There's no debate about it.
Extremely
But
impressive.
the other part of the conversation is Ben Johnson. Like you guys want credit. You want to give credit where credit's due. Give credit to Ben Johnson. We've seen the same quarterback you guys want to hail and praise and crown as a quarterback for the future, the Prince's promise. Well, we saw him without Ben Johnson last year, and the situation wasn't ugly. Where's your stats? Where's your facts for that one? All right. How about some praise for the guy pulling the strings behind the scenes? How about the praise from the quarterback that you love so much, comes, hits a podium every single week, and tells you, yeah, if it weren't for this guy. How about the praise for the guy you saw last week, Jared Goff, run and chase that man down and hug him from behind? Praise for the guy that Amon-Ra St. Brown and the 33rd team, whatever YouTube channel they have, him and his brother break down certain plays, talks about Ben Johnson every single play. That's give credit where credit's due, and it deals with that too. Now, could Jared Goff execute? Yes, we knew that. We never denied that.
Yes.
It was just the next level where the conversation started that fanboys didn't like.
Yeah. For me, that's what it is. Jared Goff can execute. Jared Goff can get the ball into the hands of his playmakers and let them do what they need to do. He can walk you down the field if he's not making mistakes and turning the ball over. And in this past stretch of 6 games, he has not. He has been playing lights out football. Props to him. You're playing great. Hopefully you keep it up because I want to see the Lions win out and make the playoffs. But for me, I've always said it's not the elite quarterback that you need. I'm not looking for a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen because lightning doesn't strike that many times. Those guys are generational talents, but it is an elite attribute, whether it be arm strength, whether it be mobility, something like that you can hang your head on, that when a play breaks down, you have that. And Jared Goff has been steering the ship fantastically these past 6 games.
I apologize.
No, you're good.
There's a comment in Woodward Sports Chat from Lions, do or die, 92 vet, wide receivers last year, question mark. What sounds like a bar and very easily could be a bar. Wide receivers from last year. Was Josh Reynolds on this team last year?
He was.
Was Amon-Ra St. Brown on this team last year?
He was.
That's crazy. That's wild. Quintez Cephas hurt this year. He was there last year. TJ Hutchinson was on the team last year. I'd say that's an upgrade at the tight end position. You have DJ Chark. DJ Chark, did he miss some time this year?
He did.
Did Josh Reynolds miss some time this year?
He did.
Did Amon-Ra St. Brown miss some time this year?
He did.
Did the offense continue to be productive?
They did.
Give credit where credit's due. You want to be mad? You want somebody to get some damn respect around this place? You better damn well respect Ben Johnson and what he's done for Jared Goff in this offense. Because I damn well guarantee you Jared Goff respects Ben Johnson for what he's done for him and his career as long and as well with this offense.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted. I wanted him to ball out Spinny because I wanted him to become this. It sounds mad disrespectful after winning his best game, but a trade asset, possible first round pick. I'm just saying.
That'd be wild. But right now,
it would be wild.
Right now, Jared Goff is playing some of the best football of his career by far. Hats off to him.
He is.
You can't say anything about his recent stretch of games, especially these last 2, where he's done it through the air, where he's sat in the pocket and he's made plays, where he hasn't turned the ball over. It's been very impressive.
And mind you, that defense yesterday, the Minnesota Vikings defense is as good as Swiss cheese, but it's not as good as Swiss Insurance. With the holiday season here, guys, Swiss Insurance wants to remind you to insure those gifts of jewelry or collectibles. In the last 3 weeks, Swiss has saved its clients an average of 26% on their insurance premiums while increasing their coverage. That's a lot of money to free up for some extra gifts for stuff a studio will tell you guys about later. From Swiss Insurance, happy holidays, guys, and go Lions.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
What up, though? It's me, Easy, from Woodward Sports. I've been here 2 years now. My very first time actually coming up here to talk with Stick about joining the network is during Stuff a Studio, and I had the honor and privilege of meeting Kelly Stafford and Joy Bell for the first time too. And I see the comments, guys. I see the Easy, where'd the doll touch you? Comments all the time in the Woodward Sports chat. But guys, and on a serious note, this is year 3 of Stuff for Studio. This thing's been awesome. It makes me feel so good to be a part of something like that, gifting these kids all these toys, and we're collecting new unwrapped toys and stuff in our studio, so the heavyweights can hardly fit in this thing. Join the Woodward Sports Network and our entire family from December 9th. You can honestly start now, I ain't gonna lie to you. But from December 19th specifically to December 23rd, we are trying to stuff the studio to the point where we can't fit in. While you're out shopping, make sure you grab an extra toy and drop it off at our studio around 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham, and we'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. Help us stuff our studio, and a special thanks from all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarms for keeping the toys safe.
Shout out.
Last year for Stuff the Studio, because again, that is a round-the-clock job when people up here bring toys. We brought up the PS5 before we were Brooklyn days, but before Courtside seat days. But we brought the PS4 and we run to 2K in the Lions Den. So I'm just saying, I'm opening all challenges, 2K, Madden, because I'm gonna be up here collecting toys. Chris actually beat me. I might delegate the responsibilities to him to be sure that the heavyweights walk away with the dub, just like we did last segment. But what up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin Rex.
What up, though?
Got young Chris in the TD booth, aka Young Seuss, JB Smooth, the ones and twos, and rocking along on a Victory Monday. Apologize for the feelings I may have hurt in the last segment, but again, you guys want truth. I was just giving it to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking of other truths, a truth that I spoke to power, to reality, whatever words you're speaking. Aaron Glenn. A lot of y'all out there who wanted to hear some truths were calling for that man's job.
Yep.
From the beginning of the season, without looking at the truth of the situation, without looking at the reality of the situation. 4 to 5 rookie defenders starting on your defense. Only 2 of those gentlemen on the entire defense were with the team last year starting, and that's Aleem McNeil, who, by the way, shout out again Chad Johnson for those seats. I was blessed with the opportunity of having a conversation with him about that defense by Alex Anzalone and Aleem McNeil. Now, heavyweights like to eat, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure Aleem had to stay lean on the chicken or pizza, I should say. So he was in the chicken wing line along with me, and I was like, yo, what is the difference? Obviously we talk about it every day. I don't, this is what I've been saying. Where we at? What's going on? Are you guys changing stuff? What's going on? Growth. And as a heavyweight, we know that most. We be growing, okay? Facts. We be growing. And yeah, exactly. Every single thing. And I'm not even trying, I swear to you, I'm not trying to fluff up same statements that I made. This is from Aleem McNeil's mouth. And I'm not talking about chicken wing. He said, we just learned how to win.
Yeah.
We grew as a team. We're not doing anything different other than learning how to win.
They're all young guys. That we talked about. That's the Lions defense is the youngest defense in the NFL. And you see what they're doing. They lost their leader. They lost who people I thought was the best player on that defense in Tracy Walker in the beginning of the year. And they've bounced back and they've improved. You look at just in this last game, Jerry Jacobs, seatbelt gang. What was Jerry Jacobs? Jerry Jacobs was an undrafted free agent. 7 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss of pass breakup, and 1 attempted decapitation because he tried to rip Justin Jefferson's head off, and I love it. And then you got them holding Dalvin Cook to 15 carries for 23 yards. Dalvin Cook, who cooks, no pun intended, the Lions on a regular basis. Dalvin Cook, who is a great running back, who is top 5 in the NFL in rushing yards this year, held him to 15 carries for 23 yards. Don't make me remind you about what that defense did to Saquon. The Lions forced 2 fumbles in this game. Isaiah Buggs had one, and I can't remember who had the other one. We're going to get into Isaiah Buggs and all that later. We got a Unsung Heroes segment coming up. Sacked Kirk Cousins 4 times in this game. What was one of the keys to the Lions' victory? Getting pressure on Kirk Cousins, making things happen. James Houston, the problem. The man, the myth, the legend, got another sack. That's 4 sacks in his first couple games. You know who that puts him in company with?
I'll show you.
Myles Garrett and Joey Bosa.
Right
there. Players with 4+ sacks in their first 3 career games in the past 15 years. Myles Garrett, Joey Bosa,
that's wild.
James Houston.
And listen, pull that back up real quick,
James
Chris.
Houston.
Real quick.
The problem.
Now, you see these tweets from Woodward Sports. You see these type of tweets from other Detroit outlets. This is NFL on CBS. This is national recognition for the stuff that this man's doing. And it's good to see, for one, a lot of times, as we just got done talking about the truthers, we kind of fluff things up as fans here. We thought Andre Drummond was him at one point. People
dark times.
People thought Moose was the guy here. We tend to fluff things up as fans of these sports teams. This is the NFL on CBS. This is a national outlet comparing this guy to who were the names against?
Myles Garrett and Joey Bosa.
And we felt that way about the situation, right? Like, this is kind of crazy to be happening. Oh, second game, another sack, and a sick-ass move on top of that. That's all right. That's just like kind of an anomaly, right? That doesn't happen. Third game, another sack. What are we doing here?
And
Brad Holmes, a mad genius.
And just so you guys know, let me put this down for you. Myles Garrett, #1 overall pick in the NFL. Joey Bosa, #3 overall pick in the NFL. James Houston, 6th round draft selection by Sir Brad Holmes. The dude finds diamonds in the rough. He is down and dirty, and he finds the diamonds, and he's doing it consistently, over and over, finding these guys who come in here and make a damn difference on the Lions, in the stat sheet, and in the win column. And this is something that we talked about, that I talked about when I was, because you talked me off the ledge in Aaron Glenn. You called me after one of the games, and I was a little sauced up. I believe it was the Seattle game.
Yes.
I was not feeling good.
Dude, I was genuinely upset with you.
Yeah, I was.
And you
I
and
was
Justin were just egging me on.
I was talking choppy. We were breaking your balls a little bit, but I was also sauced up, emotional, talking choppy. We get in the next day. First thing Eazy does, he comes up to me. He's like, "Did you actually mean all that shit about Aaron Glenn?" I was like, "No."
I was about to cancel the show.
Yeah, I was like, no. I was a little emotional, but now I've calmed down a little bit. And what I talked about through that rough stretch of games for the Detroit Lions, what I wanted to see was improvement, because I knew how young this team was. I knew how inexperienced a lot of these players were. So I wanted to see improvement on a weekly basis of players making reads, of players being in situations, understanding their assignments, taking care of business, getting better and better. But as the weeks go on, not only the players, but the coaches. And what have we seen? We've seen that improvement. We've seen them fighting in every game since then, and now it is paying off in the win column. Big time game for Aaron Glenn. To see his defense give up the single game passing record to a Minnesota Viking in Justin Jefferson. Jeff Okudah dealing with a sickness all week. The guy who clamped up Justin Jefferson at the beginning of the year, dealing with a sickness all week, going in and out of the game. You've got Mike Hughes, you've got Amani Omowaria in there, and Justin Jefferson was torching the Lions defense. And guess what? They still won. They still kicked their ass. They went out there and played disciplined football, knew their assignments, shut down the run game, and attacked Kirk Cousins. It was amazing. It was amazing to watch.
Listen, man. We spoke about it in the intro a little bit. And I just want to remind people, like the Minnesota Vikings, the Purple People Eaters, they've been dominant at times. But one thing they've been consistent at is recruiting and finding somehow, throughout different regimes, elite, amazing wide receiver talent. And I'm talking about Randy Moss, a guy that's arguably the best to ever do it. He's definitely in the conversation, top 3, top 5.
Top 3
Beyond
for
that,
sure.
Chris Carter, one of the best to ever do it, Hall of Famer. Yeah. You got Stephon Diggs. People forget that he was a Minnesota Viking. Mm-hmm. He was tearing things up. He was doing big teams. And now they have Justin Jefferson, who yesterday set a franchise record for that same storied franchise at the wide receiver position. Was it 223 yards?
223.
You remember having Calvin Johnson here?
I do.
And that man was just doing like amazing things we've just never seen in this world. And then in some way, somehow, we still end up on the losing side.
I've seen it with my eyes.
We are now on the other side of that situation.
Yes.
We're watching and witnessing history before us, things that like we haven't seen in a long time. I'm not comparing him to Calvin Johnson first and foremost, but I'm just saying like Dalvin Cook is a dog.
Dalvin Cook is a dog.
Justin Jefferson is a dog.
Best receiver in the league.
They have some names on defense too.
Yes, they do.
Just as we did once upon a time.
So Darius Smith, Harrison Smith, he was out.
Yeah.
But they got some dogs.
And we're watching them choke because they're a little bit more like fluff and glamour. We are exactly what we said in that very first segment, talking about Dan Campbell, the team identifying with his grit, his mentality. This is actually crazy. Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, Savant. What are the hats they've been wearing all season? Grit. And it's, listen, I can't promise you how this year's going to end for the Detroit Lions. I can't promise you they're going to make the playoffs, but I can tell you it's definitely on the table. I could tell you if they win the following week against the New York Jets.
Who Quentin Williams and Mike White are day to day? Just saying. Quinton Williams is one of the best interior defensive linemen in the NFL.
And if it's snowy, I see a lot of people concerned about the weather for JG. I see a lot of people concerned about the weather for just the offense in general. We've been pass heavy by design the past weeks.
Yeah.
And Dan Campbell spoke about getting back to the run game a little bit this week, and I'm sure they'll do that. But do you see the human beings that we have at the offensive line positions?
You know who should be scared of the cold weather? It's the Jets. Because the Lions are coming up there with Penei Sewell, with Frank Ragnow, with Taylor Decker, hopefully with Evan Brown back. And they're going to push people around. As a former offensive lineman, I used to love playing in snow games. You get down and dirty. You don't wear sleeves. You go out there and you punch somebody in the mouth. You're running the ball. It feels good. You're putting people in the dirt. And that is what this Detroit Lions team is built off of. That is their true identity, is to be a smash-mouth team. And they can go out there and they can get it done. This is by far the hardest game on the remaining schedule. By far, even before this week, I said that.
You know what's crazy is like we talked about the defend the Glenn situation, and last week on Friday, if you go to the by the numbers segment, we brought up Jeff Okuda's numbers versus Justin Jefferson, and he's been. You talk about Hefe's sick. Well, he is the cure to Justin Jefferson when healthy. He's limited him to quite a few, and even with him out in and out the game, still contained that team to just 23 points.
Anytime
That's wild
Jeff Okuda would go off the field, they were targeting Justin Jefferson. I said anytime Jeff Okuda walked off the field, it was a Justin Jefferson big gainer. But, this Lions team, they're going to be in for a physical game against the Jets. So they might need to get in that gym a little more. Get big. And if you want to do the same thing, you can go to Planet Fitness, because Planet Fitness is not only the studio sponsor of Woodward Sports, but is the home of the judgment-free zone, where you can work out in a non-intimidating, judgment-free atmosphere. The gym that has always been known for being clean is now cleaner than ever. It has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for $10 a month. So join in club or online at planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Okuda gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports' Braylon Edwards, Ryan Armani, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes.
At Alta.
Uptime
Matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You got a bog project coming up? Alta has you covered. Give them a call today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Again, that's 844-GO-TO-ALTA. I think I seen Brad Holmes at Alta.
Helping that rebuild.
Yeah, I was saying 2024. Things might be happening a little bit sooner than I expected.
It's
Facts. Uptime.
But we got to tell you guys about the Monroe Street Midway.
Yes, sir.
Because we've been talking a lot about it. Bedrock Detroit and the Monroe Street Midway are cooking it up for the summer. They swapped out the roller skating, basketball, and mini golf for a giant Arctic slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, and puck putt. With free entry to the site, enjoy the variety of new activities aimed at creating exceptional winter experiences for everyone. Get to the Midway this winter to enjoy Santa sightings and tasty treats and make magical memories during the most wonderful time of the year. And at the Woodward Sports and Lady Jane's and Roast holiday party, I was politicking with the ups.
That's how you know they're lit, though. They were at the party of all parties this past Saturday.
Of the
it's a
Monroe
good
Street
time.
Midway. And we might have the heavyweights in the Santa suits going down that Arctic slide. I'm just saying, might happen.
That means we killed it in the Santa suits, by the way.
Facts.
We were just being honest. I didn't know we killed it like that.
I was politicking hard, and she said, we might have to get you guys out there and put you on this slide with the Santa suits on.
See, I was in for that eating contest against Santa. It sounds like safer, but hey, I'm down to go on the slide too.
Don't forget Friday Fades with Santa.
They've got food.
Friday Fades with Santa.
They've got burgers, pierogies, homemade chili chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese bites, plus gluten-free and vegan goodies. So make sure this holiday season you guys go downtown and check out the brand new Monroe Street Midway presented by Bedrock Detroit.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, homewoodsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rex.
What up, though?
We got young Chris in the TD booth, a.k.a. Young Seuss. We got JB Smooth the 1s to 2s. This is wild to me. I'm not even addressing it, actually. Randy Hanush in the Woodward Sports chat. Eazy is backpedaling. Can you solo shot me real quick, Chris? Just one more please, guys. Just we do this every day. Live, yes. But at the same time, the show is recorded, right? So you can go back. As you know, in the 90s, they say that's called wax. Well, today, we call it the internet. Like, you know, once you put things on the internet, it's always on the internet. You're just stupid. You shouldn't have done it. Backpedaling what? That this is going to be a top 10 offense, top 5 offense. I'm backpedaling something that I told you was something I predicted, something I told you I thought was going to happen this season. Backpedaling what the 9 wins I predicted for the Detroit Lions to have this year. Backpedaling? What are we talking about here? It's saying this is possibly the most complete offense this man has ever been a part of, even though he was literally a part of the 13th most highest scoring offense in NFL history. That's backpedaling?
I guess.
Only to Cousins. I'll leave it at that. What up, though? Welcome back to the show. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. That game was just hype, man.
Yeah, and one of the biggest parts of this game, obviously one of the biggest parts of the season that has been a great joy for Lions fans to watch and be a part of, is the season that Aidan Hutchinson is having. Started off slow, but he has been in 5th gear through this Lions winning streak, this Lions great game streak. And in this game, he had 2 tackles, he had a sack, 2 tackles for loss, and 3 pressures. And I'm telling you, I pointed it out to Eazy because Eazy was macking a little bit and didn't see exactly how the play started. But his first tackle for loss hit the swim move right over the tackle, sent the dude in the dirt, smacked Dalvin Cook, put him in the dirt in the backfield. I was like, bro, that was a beautiful, beautiful play by Aidan Hutchinson. The man is making moves. The man is what we clamored for when he was on a little bit of a cold streak, when he was dealing with his thigh injury. We were saying, stand him up, put him in the 2-point, let him work. And now that they're putting him in the 2-point, he's reading and reacting and making plays like that. Because that play was from the 2-point. Swam right over the tackle, wrapped up Dalvin Cook, put him down. Aidan Hutchinson, this might be battle for Defensive Rookie of the Year this Sunday for the Detroit Lions. Aidan Hutchinson versus Sauce Gardner. Whoever shows out, whoever has game-changing plays, whoever's team, their plays result in a team win. I know it's not like the Heisman where you need that Defensive Rookie of the Year moment. Like, Heisman moments are such a big thing. But that will stick in the mind of people. If Aidan Hutchinson goes out there and gets 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and the Lions beat the Jets, or Sauce Gardner goes out there, shuts down DJ Chark, has an interception, and the Jets win, those will be huge moments imprinted on the voters. And Aidan Hutchinson's playing at a different level. He is moving around. He is making plays. We talk about the interceptions that he's had where he's made great plays on the ball. We've talked about him reading and reacting and learning from getting burnt on screens early in the year, over pursuing early in the year, learning to pull back a little bit, forcing that pick 6 that Jeff Okudah had because Justin Fields was forced to throw it over the giant body of Aidan Hutchinson, and Jeff Okudah was waiting there to get the ball and return it for 6. Aidan Hutchinson has been playing fantastic football, and this game was another instance of that. You saw him get the sack I believe it was on second down, get the sack of Kirk Cousins in clutch time situation. And then what happens on third down? He's right back in the backfield in Kirk Cousins' face, forcing him to throw the ball away. This is, like I said, when earlier in the year, I said I think he is the blue chip stock. He is the blue chip player. He is the face of that defense, and he is proving it. He is proving it. He's going out there and he's taking care of business. So it's great to see.
Listen, this is why one of the reasons yesterday was just so damn like beyond. Like, I'm sorry, I said yesterday. The weekend, bro. Like, your boy Eazy, we're the heavyweights because, you know what I'm saying, we're some big boys. Your boy Eazy grew out of his, I'm starting from the tippy top of the weekend, okay? Your boy grew out of his suit, all right? I can't be fresh as I'm is to any business occasion anymore. I got a shop for new clothing. The Santa suit was just the cheaper option, and, you know, maybe you end up with a couple of ladies on your lap at that point, too. I'm just saying. But it works, by the way, if anyone else is wondering about wearing Santa suits to the parties. But the weekend was also so lit because beyond the party, next day, my favorite football team, the Detroit Lions, got the dub. The hometown kid, your number 1 overall pick, credited for 1 sack officially on the day. I'm calling it 2 sacks. And if everybody else can have advanced analytics that means something for sure, for certain, then I'm going to have my own easy analytics as well. All right, Aidan Hutchinson had 2 sacks yesterday. And on the second one, this is why the week is so awesome. The Michigan native. Boy,
yeah,
he
bossed up.
Up and get this money. Come on, bro. Like, Aidan performed, and not just him. I'm gonna send this across the board for all the Detroit Lions rookies. Jamison Williams got his first catch in NFL history, and it happened to be a touchdown. And yes, we do have breaking news, Spinny, but I saw this in the top I wanted to finish through. But hey,
sorry,
we could break the news because we had this conversation off record last night. The weekend was awesome, guys. Yeah. We had this conversation off the record with a certain somebody in Cade's camp, and we were told this information. Breaking news officially now, though.
Yeah. Breaking news from Woj, Adrian Wojnarowski has reported that Detroit Pistons guard Cade Cunningham, the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, plans to have season-ending surgery on his left shin. Cunningham is expected to make a full recovery ahead of training camp in 23-24. So, yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but yeah, you got to put it out there when it's out there. And yeah, Cade Cunningham officially done for the year, having surgery. Hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully Cade Cunningham has a full recovery, no setbacks, anything like that, and he's ready to get after it next year. Pray for I love Cade Cunningham, man. I was so happy when they got that pick.
Yeah.
When they fell into that pick, that lottery pick, everyone was hyped. Cade Cunningham is the real deal. The dude is a baller, big time. He is a franchise-changing player.
Last night when we were speaking to the person in Cade's camp, and they said the reason why it took so long to come down to this situation was they wanted to go like a more holistic point, and they just wanted to see what that route took them.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if it did come down to surgery, that's something you had to do before, so you could be prepared for the next season, and for the organization to be comfortable with them doing that in that situation. But the important part of that conversation I want to tell you, because you said we got the kid, we were so happy we got Cade Cunningham. One of the reasons that he also wanted to wait is because if you guys remember, Cade's last game was against the Boston Celtics, the game in which he didn't look himself. He only scored 4 points. Jaden Ivey had a career game that night to that point too, and he's so much of a competitor. He was I can't close the season until I can't let them think they got off on me like that. Talking about the Boston Celtics, so that just speaks to the competitor nature of Cade Cunningham. One of the reasons he's the number 1 overall pick. But we have a huge basketball fan, and I want to introduce any new viewers too. By the way, again, we're live every single day, Monday through Friday, from 5 to 7. But we have another basketball fan in the studio along with us. He actually has his own basketball podcast, Young Seuss, aka Young Chris. What is your reaction to the Cade Cunningham news?
Yeah, I'm glad that your inside sources confirmed what I was thinking, and that was that he probably wanted to opt for the holistic / just non-surgical route because that could mean a quicker, if working, return to play. And so the medical staff was probably like, look, we'll give you some time, we'll give you till a certain deadline, and if by then we haven't seen this much progress, then we got to do the surgery. Because I broke it down the last time, it's typically a 60-game injury. Drew Holiday's gone through it. Seth Curry's gone through it. The only player to ever have this surgery and come back in the same season was Rodney Magruder, and he did it. Pistons GOAT, by the way.
Pistons GOAT.
And he did it in October. So Cade is already, now we're in the middle of December, so 2 months behind. I mean, that's just, realistically, he was not going to play the season the second that injury happened, unless there was a miracle with the regular recovery.
Yeah, and that's what it is. You as how athletes think is even for anyone who gets injured, if you or I got injured and we're you're dealing with something, you never want to have surgery. You never want to go into the knife.
Somebody's cutting into your body while you're unconscious.
It's obviously these athletes have the highest level of health care available to human beings. So it's much easier for them to do it, but surgery is always a last resort.
Dude, imagine a doctor just drops his AirPod inside your body.
Or a junior mint falls in.
Yeah.
That's a Seinfeld reference.
Dropped his jewel.
But it's Cade is officially done for the season. He's undergoing surgery, and
wishing him well.
Wishing him well for Mr. Cunningham. Hopefully all goes well. And I'm telling you, we were sitting right across from the Pistons bench.
Yeah.
I was watching Cade on the bench. He was locked in. Easy kept trying to wait to him. I was like, it's not happening, man. But
he knows me.
I was looking at him, and he was watching the game. I could tell he's just, man, I cook every one of these motherfuckers out here right now, man. So he's chomping at the bit. He wants to play, but this is what's best for him. And
100%.
And the franchise in turn.
He's the franchise. And the franchise. Because you need this guy to be healthy for the long run.
Some people say he should start eating some meat.
He is the franchise. Well, if he did, I'm not going to push that on anybody, but if he did decide to start eating some meat, we got the place for him to go, and that is the Butchery, because the Butchery is the official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network. You can call 248-682-2697. Yes, that's 248-682-COWS, or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery, meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. An old-school butcher shop from a new-school perspective. Again, shout out to Chef Dave for the birth of his newest child. Congratulations to him and the family. Hope all is going well. You know the guy knows how to handle his meat, so why don't you go buy some at thebutcherysl.com.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
As chilly weather approaches, Big Boy's got the perfect comfort meals for you. Try our hearty classic meatloaf or our creamy Cajun chicken Alfredo. These will be sure to leave you craving for more. How about breakfast? Our stuffed potato pancakes are back with our lumberjack, blockbuster, and Santa Fe garden. These potato pancakes will definitely fill you up. Whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, come stock up on the perfect comfort meal today. We'll see you soon at Big Boy.
My name is Lee. I've lost 35 pounds on the Custom Health Center program. So the 3 biggest benefits that I've gotten from this program has been, I'm not snoring anymore, I have a lot of energy, it's great, and oh, by the way, look at this. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Call us at 844-789-THIN or visit CustomHealthCenters.com for a free consultation and get started for as little as $5 a day.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
I can make your bed rock. Downtown Detroit's all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in Monroe Street Midway. The Midway is a giant slide winning bumper cars and an indoor arcade. Plus, you grab drinks at the Lodge before or after you sit courtside watching LeBron James and the Pistons at the LCA. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with DeckedOutDetroit.com. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, a.k.a. Young Seuss in the TD booth. JB School with the 1s and 2s. JB's without his camera today, guys, so if you hear anybody talking, it's not your conscience or our conscience. It's just JB.
It's God.
God? Is that you?
Yes.
I haven't seen God in the chat for a while.
God, how do you feel about Jared Goff?
He's okay for right now.
He is mid.
God, do you have a reaction to the Cade Cunningham stuff?
It sucks. but he shall be back stronger than ever.
Hell yeah.
That's good.
That's what I love to hear.
Good to hear from the man upstairs.
100%.
And we just got done, obviously, breaking the Cade Cunningham news. Pistons rookie, well, not rookie anymore, second-year phenom, is going to miss the remainder of the season. He's having season-ending surgery. We talked in the first half of the show about the Lions, about Jared Goff, about Dan Campbell, about Aaron Glenn, about Aidan Hutchinson. Now let's talk about some people that don't get that shine. People that aren't getting that much shine as they should. And those are some unsung, unappreciated heroes of the Detroit Lions. Eazy has a very, very big one that none of you will see coming at the end. We'll finish with that one. But my first one, Isaiah Buggs.
Yes.
The man got a game ball. This is a man that was picked up from the Steelers. Steelers waived him. Lions picked him up, kind of to be just some girth in that middle because they were lacking. The man had a game. 5 pressures, a sack, a forced fumble, 3 quarterback hits. He was in there in the backfield, making plays, taking care of people. Obviously, he stopped Dalvin Cook. The Vikings were right in the red zone, ready to score before half. After the halftime, they were getting the ball back.
Yep.
Would have been a huge swing of momentum. And what happened? Isaiah Buggs ripped that ball out.
Yeah.
Made the play. Lions got the ball back. Kirby Joseph picked it up. Unfortunately, they couldn't score, but they stopped the Vikings from scoring, which is just as important. So Isaiah Buggs is number 1 on my list for this game, at least.
I'm not going to say, I'm not going to number these guys, but I'm going to bring up John Kaminsky, the unsung hero of almost every game, it feels like at this point. John Kaminsky has been balling, and maybe a secondary position because I'm not talking like literal secondary DB and stuff like that, but speaking of the secondary, John Kaminsky on that 4th and 1 caused an extra blocker to not pay attention to Jeff Okudah, then made up that tackle and stuffed him on our side of the field with the league's top 6, I think at this point, the most explosive offenses. Pretty damn good. And John Kaminsky, you've seen him do that time and over again. Oh, by the way, he has a broken hand. He's doing all these things with a cast on his hand. John Kaminsky, another unsung hero of the game for me. And yes, everything you said about Isaiah Buggs too, this guy deserves some credit as well. And he's one of those like veterans. The vets on our team, we spoke this when we were talking about defending the Glen earlier throughout the season. Like even the vets on our team are career backups. And one of the things you said, a lot of these guys are cast-offs. Isaiah Buggs, a former 5th-round pick, I think, for the Pittsburgh Steelers before he got cut and picked up for the Detroit Lions this year. And now here he is here making big plays for us.
Getting a game ball.
Game ball. Fumble before the half in which they would have came back and got the ball. It's 2 scores, possibly looking at 21-14 at that point. Who else is on your unsung
Another
hero
one
list?
of my unsung heroes list is the Serpent of Death, Josh Reynolds. Kind of the forgotten guy. Kind of the 3rd receiver in this Lions offense now. Dude went for 5 catches, 51 yards, and a touchdown. You might say, all right, it's not much. But the Lions offense was kind of stalling out a little bit, just a tad. And even Stick said something. We were watching the game downtown. He's like, man, I haven't seen Josh Reynolds do much. Instantly after that, he had like 4 catches in a row.
Yeah.
The guy helped springboard the Lions, obviously got it into the end zone for them. And Josh Reynolds is the perfect, 3rd receiver, even could be a 2nd receiver if somebody gets injured, steps in, could take on a larger role. He is so great at finding open spaces in the zone, is a great route runner, and can catch the ball when it's thrown to him. He's not going to do anything to put fear in he's not going to burn somebody down the field even though he's capable of it. He doesn't have the Tyreek Hill speed, the Calvin Johnson size, the DeAndre Hopkins catching ability, but he is extremely, extremely solid and a very important part of this Lions receiving core. You saw how demolished this receiving core was when Chark and Reynolds were out, and now they're both back. And I think Josh Reynolds, obviously, the rapport he has with Jared Goff is an important part of that. But, man, he just always seems to get open, and he always seems to make big-time catches. So I'm very happy Josh Reynolds is healthy, he's back, and he's playing.
Yeah, another reason, too, he's for sure an unsung hero is Kevin O'Connell is fully aware of Josh Reynolds. Josh, you guys don't remember, Kevin O'Connell was part of the L.A. Rams organization. He coached with Jared Goff, and he coached Big Smooth, they called him back in L.A. And so his defense is aware of Josh Reynolds and the things that he could do. Again, because Kevin O'Connell's aware of Josh Reynolds and things he could do, and he was still effective in this game. And just as he's been too throughout certain points of the season. I mean, last year at a certain point he became the number one option for Jared Goff.
For sure.
And again, this season too, at times he was the number one receiving option for Jared Goff. Because like we said before, you guys, what receivers did Jared Goff have last year? Jared Goff was out DJ Chark at points this year. Jared Goff was out Amon-Ra St. Brown at points this year. And you guys who stepped up in those situations?
Josh Reynolds.
And we just as he did last year.
CJ Snyder in the Woodward Sports Chat said Reynolds is a great intermediate option at receiver, and he's right. And going forward with this Lions offense, it would be great. I don't know what they're going to do with DJ Chark. I wouldn't mind seeing them re-sign him. I wouldn't mind if they passed on the re-sign. They could get him for 2 years, $17 million, something like that. I'm cool with that because we've seen when he's healthy, he produces. Look at these last couple games. The dude's been right around 100 yards both games. So, but Josh Reynolds to have obviously Jameson Williams next year when he's going to be full-fledged, ready to go, has the full camp, is 100% healthy. He's going to be your deep shot. He's going to be your take your top off your defense, going crazy. Obviously, we know what Amon-Ra St. Brown does in the underneath stuff, runs those 3-yard ins, runs those 5-yard outs, all those crossing patterns. To have those two, one break the top off, the other stay underneath. To have a guy like Josh Reynolds who can run those intermediate routes, a 10-yard post, different things like that. It's a great weapon to have to kind of layer your offense off of.
110% and beyond Josh Reynolds, beyond Isaiah Buggs, beyond John Kaminsky, CJ Moore, a name that was picked up, and shout out to my guy Luke G, but we kind of discredited the pickup a little bit, and I got upset with it. But Luke's my boy. I always get upset at Luke all the time. I mean, we've had him on the show before as Zordon, and you guys heard us go back and forth as we do. But CJ Moore, a lot of people clown that like veteran signing. Oh, this guy's back again. I mean, yeah, guys happen to be bad with Matt Patricia's your head coach. We've seen that with Darius Slay. We've seen that with Quandre Diggs. People like they question their abilities on defense, and then they got casted off and traded to other organizations. But CJ Moore returned to this team, and he's been a crucial piece for the special teams, getting us the longest run of the game, if I'm not mistaken, 42-yarder, I think it was for a first down, on the fake punt in which Dan Campbell pulled out his big balls and he put them in a barrel and ushered them to you.
He did. This is a live image.
Yeah,
it's a live image.
I said Dan Campbell has the biggest balls in the NFL. I don't know if it was after the fake punt. I think it was after the fake punt, but also with the Penei Sewell reception on top of it. You saw it, and you're right. Those were the two people that got the game balls, with CJ Moore and Isaiah Buggs. So obviously the coaching staff and the players and everyone in the organization knows what this kind of play means, knows what these plays, how they impact the game. But for national media and somewhat casual fans, not people like us and most people in the Woodward Sports Chat that are diving into these games, paying attention to all the different things, know the different stats, they're not going to see Isaiah Buggs and CJ Moore and be like, oh, yeah, those were game changers. But they were game changers, game-changing plays, swaying the momentum. Because imagine the Lions have to punt that ball to the Vikings. They get a score. That is a big part of the game. But they got the first down because of CJ Moore. Imagine the Vikings punch that in to end the half and then get the ball to start the second half. That would have changed the complete complexion of this game. But Isaiah Buggs stopped it from happening, ripped that ball out of Dalvin Cook's hands. So great game-changing plays from two guys who are kind of unappreciated by the national media, obviously, and most not die-hard Lions fans.
And then there's one last unsung hero. And this one, I'm telling you guys.
Who's that? Is it DJ Chark?
Nope.
Was it it had to be our boy Malcolm Rodriguez?
Nope.
No? Jared Goff? Dude, ball.
Hell no!
Come on, you don't get.
They sang his name. He ain't no unsung.
No, he's a sung hero.
He's definitely a sung hero.
He's been getting a lot of praises, rightfully so.
I don't even know this gentleman's name, but he happens to be a parking lot attendant. And as you guys know, if you don't know, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Woodward Sports or at Speakeasy Sports or Spinmo Rax. But on Sundays and home games, we travel around. We look for you guys that are out there partying, tailgating for the games, and we like to get our drunken interviews, take a couple shots with you guys. And one day, I met this magic parking lot attendant. I'm gonna say magic parking lot man sounds like a whole different scenario. What?
And this was
all right. Last time we were downtown Detroit, I did a dance with parking lot attendant. I would have normally said I wasn't proud of it, but I actually am proud of it because Detroit Lions went on a win streak afterward. I'm looking for them today. We're on the hunt. I'm gonna find them. We're gonna dance again. Right in front of a Minnesota Vikings fans' moms. Where are you?
Which one? This guy?
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's not one of ours. Not one of ours.
It's not white?
No, I mean, no, it's just this.
Lions by 10! Oh! Kirk, how you feeling about today's game? It's you! He's coming up. I gotta do a dance. It's fine, I know. It's good. Thank you.
I can't break the mic.
Good, I know. I know. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! That's a guaranteed Lions victory.
Every single time I found this man and did whatever that dance was. Detroit Lions are undefeated.
And that
unsung hero.
The first time we found him on the streets, it was tough. It was in the middle of that losing streak.
Yeah.
You and I literally
the Green Bay game.
Right before we walked up to him.
Yeah.
We were like, man, it's depressing down here.
Yeah.
Like 10 seconds before we saw that guy, we were like, man, it's depressing down here. And then you hit those.
Look,
couple of those, hit the, I don't know if you want to call it a cartwheel, but
it's not.
And then the Lions beat Green Bay that day, and the rest is history. So shout out to Nameless Parking Attendant. We're going to come find you next home game too.
If you guys see him out there, I'm telling you, do the dance. The Lions undefeated every single time. Do the dance.
Undefeated.
Every single time.
And if you don't find him, and the Lions
if you're feeling defeated,
we got the spot for you.
You can't do a cartwheel.
That is the SMA or the Sports Marketing Agency. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com to get the help you deserve.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play as well as private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my man Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
We got Young Chris, a.k.a. Young Seuss in the TV booth. JB Smooth, the ones and twos. We're rocking along on Victory Monday, the 6th one of the year. And man, just listen. I bragged about the weekend enough, but the game, the Detroit Lions game, was just so storybook. I mean, it literally started out with the touchdown from Jamison Williams in his first catch.
Wide open.
The guy that everybody's been hyped about.
Nobody within 10 yards of the guy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Blown coverage for sure.
For sure.
Underthrown deep ball.
It's like
I'm messing around.
That's like a Tyreek Hill effect. Like, he's so fast.
He'll slow
like
down.
Patrick Mahomes even had this. Patrick Mahomes said that when he first started working with Tyreek.
Yeah.
And Tua said it when he first started. Like,
yeah.
You don't realize how fast the guy is, so you don't want to throw it too far ahead of him. Like, with J-Mo and Tyreek and guys with that speed, you just throw it as far as you can. They're going to run under it.
Yeah. 110%. Storybook. Look, on top of that situation going down, like that game, everything around it, all the implications around it too. Like playoffs are on the line. It is wild to be having that conversation in December. Following a year, the Detroit Lions only went 3-13-1. And then to start the season, 1-6.
Yeah.
Like it was one of those moments. And we spoke about this actually with Jalen Rose. We were talking about the Detroit Lions because that's how hyped the Lions are. We were at the Pistons game with Jalen Rose, a former NBA player. You know what he's talking to us about? The Lions.
The Lions.
The Lions in the dub.
Yeah.
And he said this. I had said this in the postgame show, but the internet was a little choppy. I don't know if it got fit in there or not. But the whole entire situation felt like a moment. Aidan Hutchinson reaching up and bossing up. Yeah.
Hey.
That felt like a moment.
It did.
A moment for this team. And it's Spinny. Would you believe me if I told you? The 30 for 30 moments, man, they paint themselves, I'm telling you.
What if I told you?
What if I told you?
Dan Campbell took over for the worst head coach in the history of the NFL. Brad Holmes comes in without hiring his own head coach. And the Detroit Lions are in playoff contention, coming off of a 4-13-1 season. It's really what it is. You look at this, and the Lions playoff update. All right, before this game, they had about a 7% chance to make the playoffs. Now they're sitting at a 20% chance to make the playoffs. The Panthers beat the Seahawks, which not only helps our playoff race because we're chasing the Seahawks, it helps the Lions draft pick
order too.
because the Rams pick stayed there and because the Panthers got a dub. The Eagles beat the Giants, which helps the Lions' playoff chase because the Lions are chasing the Giants in the playoffs. The Commanders had a bye week, so that doesn't do anything. So right now they're sitting at about a 20% chance to make the playoffs. Next week, if three things happen, if the Detroit Lions beat the New York Jets, if the 49ers beat the Seattle Seahawks, and if the Commanders beat the Giants, the Lions pop up to almost a 50% chance to make the playoffs. So this is not a fool's errand anymore. This is not a pipe dream. This is not another Sam Flannel weird phrase that nobody's heard since the 40s. This is something that is physically obtainable for the Lions. They can go out there, they can win out, take care of their business, and if the dominoes fall, they'll see themselves in playoffs. This is extremely impressive to me. And like I said, even before last week, going up against the 10-2 division-leading Minnesota Vikings, this Jets game is the toughest game remaining on their schedule because you're going to New Jersey. It's going to be cold. It'll probably be snowing. The Jets have a fantastic physical defense led by Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, Leonard Williams, Quan Alexander, headed by Dearborn's own Robert Saleh. You're going to have to go in there and take the lunch money from the New York Jets. Use Penei Sewell, use Frank Ragnow, use Taylor Decker to push those guys around, clap that ass, and win that game.
Hey, yo.
Because this is by far the most important game of the year, and it is by far the biggest test remaining on the Detroit Lions schedule.
And like you said earlier, Spinny, like we told you guys earlier, it's okay to feel good about this. Like we discussed with Jalen last night. The stuff they're doing doesn't happen. It only happens for good teams. They'll blow out the Jacksonville Jaguars 20-plus points. And now the division-leading Minnesota Vikings come into your home field and you punk them. Mm-hmm. It doesn't happen by mistake.
No.
And on top of that, again, starting the season 1-6, look at the teams they've played, bro. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull up the schedule right now. Vikings, obviously, playoff team.
Yes.
The Commanders, we're chasing them down, for oddly enough, although they're the Detroit Lions' first win. Yeah, they're chasing the Commies.
They are one of the hottest teams in the NFL as well.
Dude, Detroit Lions are America's team, all right? They're chasing down Commies. They're doing everything.
I saw comments on that in Instagram posts. How crazy is it? The Lions went from being the laughingstock of professional sports to a Dan Campbell and Hard Knock season to being America's team. I saw like 7 different comments on Instagram of people. Lions are America's team. You can't hate these guys. We want them to win. even one bar when we had him on.
One bar
he
is
says,
low-key rooting for the Lions.
He's a big Vikings guy, obviously, but he's like, honestly, I like to see the Lions have success. I want to see Dan Campbell succeed. You can't hate the guy. You can't hate this team.
Listen to the schedule, Spinny. And I just want you to tell me yes or no if these guys are playoff teams, all right? Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes, by far.
Washington Commanders. Technically.
Borderline, yes.
Yeah. Minnesota Vikings.
Yes.
Seattle Seahawks.
Yes.
New England Patriots.
Borderline as well.
They're in the hunt.
Yeah, they're in the hunt.
Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
The Green Bay Packers.
No.
Fair. Chicago Bears.
No.
New York Giants.
Yes.
Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
No.
Minnesota Vikings again.
Yes. Again.
How like that's the schedule they're dealt with.
Yes. This went from, remember at the beginning of the year we were like, oh, they got they got the 5th easiest schedule in the NFL.
Not the case.
Not the case. Turns out the AFC East and the NFC East are going to be the 2 best divisions in football.
Congratulations.
And you got to play all of them.
You played yourself.
You played yourself.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Thank you, JB.
Thank you, JB.
And you look at it, it's what
Shout
it is.
out, God.
You thought this schedule was going to be a cakewalk. It wasn't. These teams were actually good. The Giants, nobody expected that. The Commanders, nobody expected that. I expect the Eagles to be a Super Bowl contender. You could see it before we played them. I said that easy, snapped on me. But it's also other teams stepping up, and it's the NFL. You can turn it around like that. And we're seeing that in multiple teams, and we're also seeing that in the Detroit Lions mid-season, turning it around like that. Going from 1-6 to 6-7. It's crazy.
It is crazy. And it feels damn good to be a Detroit Lions fan right now. I don't know about y'all.
It does.
But this is fun to watch. And you still have somewhat of the expectation of the reserve of like not expecting a playoff win or I'm sorry, I jumped the gun and said playoff win.
Yeah.
I'm going to say playoff berth. Like you still have that reserve about it, and like that's what makes this more like enjoyable, right? Like obviously, it'd be nice for the Detroit Lions to go out there and actually get a playoff win. It'd be very nice if Detroit Lions went there and made the playoffs.
Baby steps, easy. Baby steps.
Exactly, but that's why I'm saying this is so nice, is because like they can fall short of that goal, and I'm still like.
And you get into the playoffs. Who are you scared of? You got nothing to lose. You're playing on borrowed time, and no team in the NFC wants to see this Detroit Lions offense in the playoffs. I guarantee you that. No team in the NFC wants to see this brand new Aaron Glenn defense that is opportunistic, causing turnovers, ripping the quarterback's head off in the playoffs. I guarantee you that. So it's just win, baby. Just make it. Just get your foot in the door, and then anything can happen.
I'll tell you what. There's a team that beat Tom Brady that backed into the playoffs, and that's the New York Giants.
Facts.
That's the same team that we were actually talking about before the season started, because we were going over the 0-2 stats. Actually, it was during the season. It was coming up on the Commanders game. We're like, they can't go 0-2. They won't make the playoffs.
Imagine you get a rematch to right your wrongs in the beginning of the season against the Dallas Cowboys in the first round of the playoffs. You're the Detroit Lions.
I'll tell you what, man. Outside of Jamal Williams' fumble in that Dallas Cowboys game, I hate doing this after the best game, but I mean, it was Goff.
He was
struggling that game.
I'll give it way more credit to the Dallas Cowboys pass rush, because they're a bunch of animals. But
they weren't, though. They weren't touching him till the end of the game.
Yeah.
They had the pass every play. He was trying to run, do all that crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, that was Judon. That was
that was Patriots.
But
possibly defensive player of the year.
A big part of this Detroit Lions resurgence has been pressed on the defense, and especially the play of Jeff Okudah. And it just so happens that our own Chad Johnson, Jeff Okudah, and Wicked Awesome Wishes present hope for the holidays, because Tuesday, December 20th and 2022 at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building, Jeff Okudah and the Detroit Lions have given financial support, time, and love for the city, and teaming up with our fearless leader, Chad Johnson, and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year round to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families in and around Detroit. The event will include new shoes, wicked awesome clothing, warm coats, hats, and socks, and free haircuts to make everyone look their best just in time for the holidays. Opportunities to meet Jeff Okudah, his teammates Tracy Walker, Malcolm Rodriguez, Will Harris, Deshaun Elliott, Chris Board, Anthony Pittmans, Josh Woods, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Special guest appearances by Lions alumni Joik Bell and Lomas Brown. Live coverage by Woodward Sports Network. And, of course, you know the personalities are going to show up. Braylon Edwards will be there. Ryan Armani will be there. Darren McCarty, 4-time Stanley Cup champ, will be there. Participants will also get the opportunity to compete for giveaways, Lions tickets, special prizes, and more. So make sure you check out Chad Johnson and Jeff Okuda with the Wicked Awesome Wishes Foundation presenting Hope for the Holidays.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That's 313-403-0011. Michael Phillips, game on. I said it. Oh, you mean
Don't say it.
Carol's last name?
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinmo Rax.
What up, though?
We got young Chris in the TV booth, a.k.a. Young Seuss, and JB's moving the 1s and 2s. If you don't root for Aidan Hutchinson for the sake of him being a Detroit Lion, if you don't root for Aidan Hutchinson for the sake of him being a Michigan Wolverine, and we go green crowd, whatever, he's still a Detroit Lion.
Yes. Yeah.
You ever so Jamal Hill, a perfect example, right? A guy from Michigan. Even if he's not from your part of the state, you see a dude from your state.
From Michigan.
Yeah, you root for him,
yes.
Right? Root for Aidan Hutchinson for being a Michigander.
Yes.
Who may very well be on his way winning Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Very well could be. It's 2-dog race.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If there's another dog, I'm not even going to say it, but the other dogs I would even put in there, I can't.
Tariq Woolen's
Tariq Woolen.
by far in third.
Jack Jones.
Yeah.
Kirby's
probably, yeah.
Kirby, Malcolm,
yeah.
Devin Lloyd was making a case for a minute there.
James Houston.
No, honestly though, look at the names he's along with. It's insane. But Aidan Hutchinson, I guess take your personal bias, only pointing out those factors so we can then campaign for this to actually happen. Because again, if it's not for him being a Detroit Lion, if it's not for him being a Michigan Wolverine, at least do it for the sake of him being a kid from Michigan. The kid who had probably a lot of the same experiences you had going downtown or wherever the hell else you like to do around Michigan. You guys let me know in the Woodward Sports chat. But if you were making a vote, an unbiased vote outside of that.
Sauce is from Michigan too, though.
Oh, my. Damn. You just ruined my campaign.
Sorry. Just to put it there.
All right, guys. I'm out for the mayor of Detroit.
Yeah, Sauce.
We met him last night, too.
Sauce from Detroit. Yeah, we met Dave Bing last night. That was pretty cool.
Hey, who are you voting for? Okay, leave your bias in there.
My bias in there? Obviously I'm voting for Hutch. He's a Lion.
All right, unbiased. I'm tempted to take the bias out.
take the bias out.
Yeah.
I'd have to look again at Sauce's numbers, but it's pretty close. And
Yeah.
the decision will be made in these last few games.
Yeah. Solo came in real quick, Chris. You don't mind? God, you there?
Yes, my son.
God. Who do you want to be Defensive Rookie of the Year?
I gotta embrace it.
I choose Aidan Hutchinson.
White privilege. No, I'm joking.
That's all I've seen right there.
I gotta run back the tape on Sauce's numbers. I know Sauce is having a fantastic
He's having
year.
a great year.
Listen, Aiden's it. He's got just as many interceptions as Sauce.
It's just way more easy to be impactful on games as a defensive end than a cornerback, you know?
Yeah. Well, and he has as of late, too.
And he has.
Like, the numbers, I mean, he's done 7 sacks at this point in the season.
So it should be 8, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely should be 8. Aidan Hutchinson, dog, man.
At least 7.5.
It's awesome. I know people were throwing the backpedal like situation at me earlier for the Jared Goff stuff. If you want to throw a backpedal at me for the Aidan Hutchinson thing, you totally can. Because I did get nervous at a certain point throughout the season. You guys are getting some. Well, I'm not gonna you guys. I apologize, but some people.
Yeah, what do you mean, you guys?
What do you mean, you people?
You nerds. No, a lot of you guys are getting nervous about Aaron Glenn, and I wasn't. And I was like, yo, chill out. The one piece I was getting nervous about was Aidan Hutchinson. And I never once called him a bust. I do want to say that. But I'll backpedal on the fact that I ain't nervous no more.
Yeah.
And I put it out on Twitter last night. I will ignorantly defend Aidan Hutchinson for the rest of my life for pulling off that boss up.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's just nasty. And, J.J. Swat had his nickname. And, Jared Allen had his little,
Yeah.
Hey! Imagine Aidan makes this a thing. Of all people, the white guy could hardly do it. Makes this like a national thing.
And Malcolm's got the
Malcolm's
the
got
salsa.
the Yeah. My favorite too is like
I love it. Every
you could
time
tell
he
like
gets a tackle.
Yeah, in the game though, like you tell if he's like in game mode, he's just like I'm ready to get back. Yeah. Next play, let's go.
And then when they showed him at the Pistons game because he was up in the booth, he actually hit it.
Yeah, he did.
During the game, he's just like, all right, next play.
I ain't gonna lie, there were a couple Santas this week hitting that thing on the dance floor too.
Facts.
Santas was getting down.
It was a great, dude. Like I said, top 5 weekend of my life.
Honestly, yeah.
Top 5 weekend of my life.
It almost went by too fast. Like even during the break, I was like, bro, we set courtside for like LeBron.
Yeah, for LeBron and Anthony Davis versus the Pistons.
Chris said I was very happy for you.
The only way it would have been better if it was, first of all, if they won, if the Pistons won, and if Cade Cunningham was playing.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, that was insane.
110%.
We were chirping. This guy was chirping behind us. Should I do it now? Should we just get into it now?
We'll save it because there's actually a comment in the Woodward Sports chat from Peaceful Tim that I want to get to. And I actually somewhat agree to this. I don't know. I know some people in the circles that I speak about. They're pointing out like how kind of Aidan when he's jogging on the field it's like kind of like
he's got like the Zion run. It's like
it's
Zion
like a little bit of a gump.
Yeah.
He's got that, but Peaceful Tim in the Woodward Sports chat says Hutch still has to grow into his body. He's gaining ground mentally faster than I expected, and his effort is certainly unquestioned. I mean, I'm pretty certain maybe he is growing his body. That's why he's as good as he is. But if he's not, if that's the case, what Peaceful Tim is saying is still somewhat true. He's still only a rookie. There's still a little bit of a ceiling for him.
He doesn't have his dad's strength. We see what happened to Penei Sewell when he got his dad's strength.
Yeah,
dude's catching first downs, locking up Micah Parsons like we thought he was good last year.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, go two shot. I'm just gonna tell him what happens.
Okay.
So Chris, shout out to Chris, our TD. If you guys don't notice, this background changes for like different advertisers. Sometimes it's like the logo and stuff like that. This one's fairly new, so I'm not used to seeing that guy on the screen.
It's not new.
It's like 2 weeks new. 3 weeks new.
It's like new to you, I guess.
Whatever since I know this dude, every time he pops up on the screen, I'm always like, maybe it's a freaking UFC t-shirt he's still rocking in 2022.
I was doing custom health reads when that was a backdrop.
That's true.
No, because it was the other guy.
No,
it was the guy from the commercial.
There was one.
But
this one is not that new.
It's like 3 weeks new.
No.
Oh, you look your emails.
You're getting closer. But it's probably like a month. It's been like a month.
Yeah, so 2.5 weeks new. Where we're gonna leave it at.
But tell us about Moneyball.
You want to hear about Moneyball?
I do want to hear about
Moneyball. All right, because you better check it out. It's a one-stop shop for all your sportswear. Whether you need athletic apparel or you just need some new uniforms for your team, Moneyball has it all. In fact, they have a showroom in Southfield, and it's called The Only Way to Ball. You can visit Moneyball.com, MoneyballSportswear.com, I should say. Moneyball, it's the only way to ball, baby. This is Woodward Heavyweights. We'll be right back.
sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full-line merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed-out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood.
That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes present Hope for the Holidays. Jeff Okuda gives his financial support, time, and love for the city of Detroit with Chad Johnson and his amazing foundation, Wicked Awesome Wishes. Together, Jeff and Chad have been game planning all year long to make this Christmas one to remember for underprivileged children and their families. Special thanks to Lions players Amon-Ra St. Brown, Tracy Walker, Will Harris, and more, along with Lions alumni Lomas Brown and Joyak Bell, and the awesome people at Lighthouse Coolidge Community Building in Oak Park. Together, we'll make sure every child has new shoes, warm coats, hats, and socks, plus free haircuts to help everyone feel their best. And don't forget Woodward Sports' Braylon Edwards, Ryan Armani, and Darren McCarty will be there too. Hope for the holidays from Jeff Okuda and Wicked Awesome Wishes.
The official meat supplier of the Woodward Sports Network is The Butchery. You can call 248-682-2697. Yes, that's 248-682-COWS. Or move on over and order online at thebutcherysl.com. Shipping included for Woodward Sports customers. The Butchery, meats, eats, and treats. Sandwiches to die for. Wagyu meats and artisan breads inspired by the legend Chef Dave. Only the best of the best for our meat-loving customers. And like I say it every time, Chef Dave just had another child, so shout out to him. Hopefully the family is doing great. Hopefully everybody's healthy and happy. You know the guy knows how to handle his meat, so why don't you go buy some from him at thebutcherysl.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by my man Spinball Rax.
What up, though?
We got Young Seuss to the TD booth, a.k.a. Young Chris, JB Smooth the ones and twos, and now is the
Dr. Seuss's son.
Dr. Seuss's son. Now is the stretch of the show we get to brag about.
I read a book.
We kind of already bragged about it all throughout the show. What did you say, Chris?
I read a book. I was feeling good.
Yeah, feeling good, like I should.
Green Eggs and Ham is a good book.
Dude,
it's the only one you can read.
I couldn't stop turning the page.
My mom got me All the Places You'll Go when I graduated college.
Did she really?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. I was like, is there like a check in here or something?
My dad was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts. I mean, last night was holy shit too.
Last night was definitely
chirping. We were talking crazy to the go.
Shout out one more time, Chad Johnson.
Shout out Chad
for
Johnson.
blessing us, because like Easy said, we were downtown obviously for the post game show at the Brass Rail for the Lions. We helped get everything packed up, packed in Stick's car. Stick pulled off. Me and Easy are walking back. He's like, all right, I'm about to head out. I was like, yeah, let's get a beer first. You know, traffic was crazy. I was like, we're gonna be sitting in traffic anyways. We're not gonna go anywhere. We go in there, order beers. Chad hits up the group chat. Who wants 2 courtside tickets to the Pistons game? We hopped in there, slid in there. He said, come meet me at MGM. And so we go.
My man cracked MGM.
Yeah,
he was on
a couple tickets. Dude was on a heater.
The reason why my man probably didn't feel bad for letting loose those tickets.
Yeah.
He was undefeated. I'll leave it at that.
So we go down there. We already talked about the people we see. Walking over there, we walk in right behind the Pistons bench. And, you know, I said Rashard Lewis, I was like, I love you, Rashard. And he looked at me and smiled. And I seen Isaiah Livers. And I was like, hey, Livers, go green. He looked and said,
he did. It's been that to him twice last night.
Yeah, I did it to him twice. We were walking out of the tunnel at the end of the game, and I was like, hey, Isaiah, go green. He's like, but it was all just messing around with him. Yeah, it was pretty funny. But we saw Mike Morris as we were walking over there. We saw not Michigan Mike Morris.
Yeah.
The lawyer,
Michigan
Mike Morris.
He was like, "I was talking that." Pistol whipped us.
We saw Detroit Dust, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes,
he was there. We got a picture.
That's the
of him.
homie too. That's
cool.
The
homie. Yeah,
I don't know because he sees so many people nowadays. I wonder if he cares to remember us.
No,
But he
met us twice.
Yeah,
now 3 times.
Yeah, Cade knows me. I swear.
Yeah, Cade knows me. But there's this guy chirping behind us. He was a LeBron fan or a Lakers fan or something.
Yeah, it was.
And he was chirping. He's like, I would stand up, 3 when somebody Bogey hit a 3 or something. I stood up. I was like, let's go. He's like, sit down.
Well, he was like, so y'all you stop cheering because they got up. The Lakers got up. He's like, y'all stop cheering if you started losing, huh?
Yeah.
He's talking like mad.
He was up by they were up by like 3 points, and he's talking.
Yeah,
crazy.
it was like 5. Yeah.
It's like, come on, you guys. This is the Lakers versus the Pistons without their best player.
Yep.
And so I turned around, I looked at him. I was like, "You live in LA for a long time, huh?" He's like, "No." I was like, "Oh, okay." I turned back around. He was like, "You live in Detroit for a long time?" I was like, "Yeah, my whole life." He's like,
shut him up.
I was like, "Yeah."
And then
calm down, bud.
Yeah, and then someone else, the dude, man, I wish I got that guy's name. But he was like, "Chill out, bro. You're from Toledo."
Yeah, he's like,
I was like, "Oh, you're from a bootleg Detroit."
I told him, I was like, "You're from Ohio? You're talking crap about Detroit right now?"
And he's like, "I'm not from Ohio. Fuck Ohio."
Yeah.
And he said something else, and the dude behind Spinny looked back and said the F word.
Yeah,
he told him the STFU. You can get slapped in this bitch.
He said, "You're about to get your ass beat." I was like, "Come on, no." I was like, "It's not that serious." It was lighthearted stuff.
Dude, this is courtside. So you're supposed to be like,
you're
supposed to be with it. Yeah,
we were sipping on fine wine. And I was pissed.
Shit got real.
I was pissed because I was wearing some beaters. I said it in the elevator ride.
Dude, hold on. Can I tell before we even got in the elevator ride? The lady was like, "Can we see your?" I was like, "Damn, this profile of the white dude."
I've been through that before as a white man. But I was in the elevator. Obviously we're coming back from the Players Club, so we were surrounded. They're very wealthy people, I'm assuming, because they're up there doing the thing. And they
ice
they got the ice on. I seen the shoes. I was like, "Damn, those are some hard 7s." But I was like, man, if I would have known, we were saying courtside, I would have worn some better shoes because they looked down, they all started laughing. So I was like, I had some beaters on. We were hitting the streets all day at the Lions game.
Beaters and Spinny are like shoes I think I look sweet in.
It was just some black and white Forces, but I was like, man, I could have wore my 4s, I could have wore some 7s, I could have wore these Union Cortezes I got on right now.
Did you wear the legendary hat?
Huh?
The legendary hat?
I did.
The one that
always. He never was asleep in that thing.
I had the Malcolm jersey on.
Like it stuck to his forehead.
Malcolm saw Spinny on the court.
Malcolm, because I messaged him after, because I had the Malcolm.
I swear that's who he was pointing to when he was on the screen.
Yeah, I literally had the same fit. I didn't leave downtown, so I didn't go home. I could drive 15 minutes and go home and change, but I was like, no, we got 15 minutes to get to this game. So I had the Malcolm jersey on the fit, and they put Malcolm on the big screen, so I stood up. I was like, "Yeah!" I was showing the jersey, and he pointed down. I messaged him. I was like, I had to rep the 4-4 courtside. He's like, "Yeah, I saw you at the game."
Yeah,
He's like, "Appreciate that, Spence."
So 2 best moments for me, I guess. Well, I'll go 3. I already told you guys about the Ivy block. That was sick because it literally happened literally right in front of us, because we were in the corner, kind of towards the corner, and obviously in the baseline, that's where the ball went. We were like, "Oh, that was lit."
Yeah,
that's dope. And then chirping. First off, Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves, yeah.
I don't usually do Austin Reeves or Russell Westbrook when we said it, but we were calling him thick.
Yeah,
it's like,
you got the dumper.
You got the dumper on you, son. Austin Reeves got the dumper. Corey Joseph looked back like, "What the fuck?" Coach Joe was like, "What is going on right now?"
I was AD got like an 1 or something. He was standing in the foul line. I was like, Anthony Davis was listening to that new R. Kelly before he got to the game. I think I saw Bags or somebody laugh.
We got Beef Stew to crack a smile. We going at LeBron.
Yeah,
Spinny was saying LeBron's scared to run the fade.
Yeah, I was like, "Bro, you're scared to run that fade. You made that man bleed his own blood. You gotta hide behind Russ again."
Yeah.
And then, we were like, Bron took over the game. He had like a dunk, a couple mid-range, a pull-up, another and 1.
LeBron, chill.
Yeah, me and he's like,
LeBron, relax, bro.
He was like, "Bron, chill.
Relax."
Calm down. At the end of the game, he looked over at us again.
Yeah, he's trying to find it. That shit was awesome.
Oh, man. It was so cool, man.
Got greasy with the GOAT, man.
So cool.
Yeah. At first, what's crazy, too, is I know that I'm a LeBron fan, so maybe it's different for me, but at first, the chirping for Bron specifically, almost couldn't come up because I'm in awe of the situation. I'm courtside watching the guy that's considered the best to ever do it. I know everyone has a varying argument on that situation, but he's in the conversation. He's damn well in the conversation. So the chirping didn't come till like later on, maybe because we got a little bit more sauce.
Yeah,
up
we
too.
got a little sauce.
When we going at him.
We
We going at
drink.
Brock. Because again, it's supposed to be like this kind of area. So I'm like, should we relax? Like asking the people around us, and they're like, nah,
no,
keep going.
And we were up in the Players Club, so this is where all the
So we met Aleem.
The upper ups, all Detroit's elite. They're chilling over there. They're
Iced
eating food.
out,
They're iced
rappers,
out. Just talking, chilling. Me and Eazy go to one of the standing tables. We got our chicken wings or whatever, and these a group of young ladies and probably very rich ladies come up to us. They're like, "Is this spot taken?" We're like, "No," and then we're just chilling, talking. They aren't saying much to us, and then this guy walks by, iced out. 150 on his wrist at least, looks up to it. He's like, heavyweights, I watch you guys every day, good stuff. And we're like, thanks. And then the ladies instantly, what do you guys do? We're like, what up, baby? Just a little sports talk, nothing crazy. But no, it was just cool.
We're
Shout out
famous
to
for
Chad
having
Johnson.
big old conversations.
Big old conversations.
Big conversations.
Big throbbing
What's
conversations. Shout out to Chad Johnson again.
Shout out Chad Johnson.
Blessing us with that courtside tickets, hooking up the party on Saturday. It was just a great weekend.
That was dope too.
All around. Lions Victory Monday. Nothing like it. We appreciate everyone for tapping in with us. You know where we are. We're on woodwardsports.com. Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. The man to my left, the one, the only Speak Easy. We got Chris Platty holding it down the TD booth. Our boy God, a.k.a. JB Smooth on the ones and twos. I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.